Hi folks, Trisha Curtis, CEO of PetroNerds and host of the PetroNerds podcast. It has been a very busy day at PetroNerds. I started this morning with a BBC News interview talking about the Biden administration and their very, very anti-domestic oil and gas policies and their overall energy policies, and how the Harris administration, if there is a Harris administration, will be a continuation of that, and I think a lot worse. It was a pretty combative interview. I also talk about, they were very, very much proponents of wind and solar and how that's going to save the planet and the world, and I heartily disagreed with that, and I really talked about the role of natural gas and how we need more of it and more of U.S. natural gas not used in the U.S. and in the grid and used around the world. But it is Tuesday, October 22nd, 2024. Oil prices are at $72 a barrel. There's an incredible amount of volatility in the global market, given the uncertainty and the razor knife edge for this for the presidential race in the U.S. that is looking like a coin toss between Harris and Trump. Now, it might be a razor knife edge between Harris and Trump. I think the outcomes and the realities of what each will do are considerably different. And I think that's really, really clear. And I have not talked a whole lot about politics, but I do in the podcast that's going to drop is episode 118. It's the second part with Paul Tice. This is your show-stopping, heavy hitter, policy talk, politics talk, Harris versus Trump podcast. And it's really, really good because this is all in the back of talking about Paul Tice's book, The Race to Zero, How ESG Investing Will Crater the Global Financial System. It is a really fantastic conversation. It is a continuation of the conversation that we had in part one. This is the current episode out, episode 117 of the PetroNerds podcast. So please take a listen, guys. Really, really pumped for this episode to drop on Friday, episode 118. But we also have a little bit of a news tip, or not a news tip, but I was interviewed also by Taylor Menard today with Inside Sources. I'm sure there'll be an article dropping in the next couple days, but it was really with regards to the comment by the Harris team and her comment that said, quote, "Just to be clear, Vice President Harris hasn't said anything that the administration hasn't already said. She's not promoting the expansion of fossil fuel drilling. She's just said that she won't ban fracking." And I think that is absolutely case in point of this Harris team and what a Harris administration will be, which is continually not telling you what